Chairman Dixon and members of the committee. I think it's important that these hearings be conducted to look into the issue of the Militia Movement Report and the conduct of the Missouri Information Analysis Center. I have written remarks which I have submitted here that you can review later. I just want to summarize those and then see if you have any questions. First, I would be remiss if I did not speak to the nature of the Militia Movement Report and why libertarians were so outspoken regarding that report. Because that report chronicled violent behaviors of individuals motivated by hate and bigotry. They're anti-gay, racist, white supremacists. And then in that report, it made sweeping generalizations, which included libertarianism. And those individuals committing those violent acts have motivations that are reprehensible to libertarians. So to be included in that sweeping report like that, that was hurtful to us. Because that's not what libertarians are about. And I think it's a big danger when you have such broad generalizations, because it demonstrates ignorance. It demonstrates ignorance about libertarianism and our party. And then that ignorance is then handed out to law enforcement around the state. And that can be dangerous. When people are making decisions who have the authority of the state to use force based on ignorance, that is dangerous. So that is why libertarians were so concerned about that report. And that is why we are here today. We have a few recommendations we would like to make. First, I'd like to say that libertarians, we're not concerned that we're going to come to harm by an attack from foreign terrorists. We're not concerned we're going to come to harm by an attack by domestic terrorists. We're concerned that the activities of fusion centers like the MIAC Center will infringe on our civil liberties. And I think, based on this report, there is a real concern about that. At a minimum, there should be permanent oversight of the Missouri Information Analysis Center by elected representatives of Missourians to ensure that they comply with their own policies. And I have a couple of quotes from their civil rights policy on their website here. It says that such information that they collect and analyze must be relevant to investigations, prosecution, and or mitigation of genuine public safety concerns. Genuine public safety concerns. And that the MIAC will not seek or retain information about individuals or organizations based solely on religious, political, or social views or activities. In addition, we feel that MIAC should restrict its operation to working on hard facts. I know that representatives there spoke about citing sources in the documents. There were no sightings or bibliography for the militia report. I think you need to base these reports on hard facts. Not this report said this, so we can say it. But where's the source information? Where's the hard fact to justify this on? It should not, the report should not be based on speculation or generalization. And ultimately, as a libertarian, I have to ask, since libertarians aren't here of coming to harm, what is the need for this fusion center? What was not being done that is being done by the fusion center? I live in mid-Missouri. There's a mid-Missouri Major Crimes Task Force. I've lived there for over 20 years. And anytime there's been a major crime, bank robbery or anything like that, they activate, they get it done. So my question is there a real need for this fusion center? And isn't it dangerous when you start mixing federal and state and local law enforcement? The fleet over there and the difference in missions. So that's my testimony. I'd be happy to answer any questions they have. And one quick point, profiling was brought up earlier. I personally have been profiled. not regarding my political views, but I was profiled in 1996. I was stopped twice in the same evening on US 59 in Texas on a drug profile stop. Twice in one evening. So profiling does occur. It does happen. Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Nielsen? Norm St. Charles.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And sir, don't be offended by my question because I'm sure I misunderstood you. But did I hear you say that except for the mention of libertarians in this report, everyone else who's mentioned is a white, racist, homophobe?
Oh, no, sir. I was referring to the beginning of the report chronicles acts of violence, and those motivations of those who actually committed violence were anti-gay, white supremacist, racist, etc. Not others referred to.
Oh, okay. So you're only
right.
talking. Okay, you're
I'm talking about
specifically two cases cited from of actual violent acts.
Right.
Thank you. Like I said, I'm sure I misunderstood you, but I wanted to be clear.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No further questions.
Anyone else with any questions for this witness? Thank you very much for being with us today and providing testimony.
Thank you.